Good morning, Flo here. This is going to be a little bit confusing, but I'm going to do hopefully some actual live streams today and some fake live streams. This is technically a fake live stream in that I'm using my live streaming software in order to do a local recording, so it's not, technically it is going over the internet, but like at such a low bit rate that it wouldn't work. But anyway, there's not enough signal here to do a proper live stream, so I'm gonna just record it locally and upload it later. I just thought this scene was too cool to pass up. Let's see, I guess I can wear this. So I'm okay with this. I mean, it's not my favorite. I'd rather do all live streams, to be honest, but I think it's gonna limit me if I only do it that way. There's these times when it's like, oh, this is a cool spot, but there's no signal. So I'll upload these out of order, but when I get them on my WordHike channel, they'll be in the proper order eventually. So let's see, what am I doing? I forgot. I literally forgot what I was doing. I don't know. I was gonna check something before I started. I don't know what it was. It's stupid. Oh well. Cool thing is, I can use my Bible slide app with pretty minimal connection speed, because it's great. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it's like 95 megabits download and like 0.22 upload right here. It's like, what? That is a terrible injustice. Yeah, I was expecting, like, as I was doing the speed test, oh, it's like 95, 97 megabits. Whoa, I bet the upload's going to be amazing too. And nope, it sucks. So can't do a proper live stream, but anyway, this Luke 16, I can't remember the story on this. Oh, it's been a little while since I live streamed and talked about this, I think, a couple days. Anyway, was it yesterday or the day before? I stayed up all night, and I'm always staying up all night. That's nothing new. But I was working on cleaning up the reading plan. I actually tried to have AI write me a new reading plan. I'm going to stick with the one I have for the rest of this year, but I just figured it'd be fun to make something new and customized for next year or whatever I decide to do. Anyway, I couldn't get it to work because of the constraints on the, you start getting too many prompts and too much memory and too many tokens and all this stuff, and it just starts losing its mind. It started out, it repeated what I asked for. It's like this chronological overlapping plan with all these details. Like, yeah, I understand what you want. Let's do it. And then it's like week 1, week 2, week 3. Looks good. And then as you get down to like week 20 or so, it's like, no, you lost track of our goals here. It's complete garbage. So yeah, AI is really smart. It can do what you ask, but if you ask for too big of an output of data, it's just like kaboom, it's dead. Anyway, I've spent way too much time on that with so many failures. But what I was able to do is fix my current reading plan. So this is the only chapter, I think, this Luke 16, that I somehow missed. I can't remember what the story is. If this wasn't, I think this just somehow dropped off of the plan, and it wasn't the original publisher's fault. I think I did something in my database junk. It's probably AI's fault technically, because I had AI write me a database for this reading plan that I can use for my app, and it seemingly missed a few things. I went through the whole thing day by day, chapter by chapter, so it's all perfect now. I even verified that there's nothing missing, nothing duplicated, so I think I've 100% perfected the Into Your Bible chronological reading plan, because it has a few errors on the original, and I fixed all of those, I think. So the main one is that it was missing Ezra. Yeah, I think it's Ezra 7, chapters 7 through 10. So long story, kind of boring, but just I in addition to these Bible readings, I throw in a little bit of vlogging, and usually it's stuff that nobody cares about, but for my own sake, it's just what I'm experiencing at the time. And lately I've been doing a lot of vibe coding or whatever, AI assisted coding, and that's just where I'm at right now with the project. But pretty happy overall. I've written a lot of cool stuff. I wrote another script, at least one script yesterday. 2 scripts, I think. I'm really close to almost automating my whole process of like doing the editing for like taking my long form videos like this one or a live stream and cutting out the chapter chunks. I mean, unless I use true AI video editing where I say like detect the beginning of the chapter and go back 2 seconds and cut there and go to the end, go over 2 seconds, cut there. I mean, unless I'm doing AI editing, which I'm not, I still have to like scrub through the video, find the timestamps, and write them down. I just like, have this text document open where I just write down the timestamps of it's like beginning, end, beginning, end, beginning, end of each chapter. And then I feed that into my script, and then pretty much everything after that is pretty automated. So it's pretty cool. Pretty happy with all the scripts that AI has helped me write, because this project, I think it's 260 readings, because we got 52 weeks, five readings per week. It would be a lot of editing, and just I would probably get bogged down by it and discouraged and lose vision for completing the project. So all of this automation is really kind of necessary for me to keep motivated, I think. So anyway, this is a makeup chapter. I can't remember how I missed it, but missed this chapter somehow. So this will be quick. Luke chapter 16. Luke chapter 16. Jesus also said to his disciples, "There was a rich man whose manager was accused of wasting his possessions. So he called him in to ask, 'What is this I hear about you? Turn in an account of your management, for you cannot be manager any longer.' The manager said to himself, 'What shall I do, now that my master is taking away my position? I am too weak to dig and too ashamed to beg. I know what I will do, so that after my removal from management, people will welcome me into their homes.' And he called in each one of his master's debtors. 'How much do you owe my master?' he asked the first. 100 measures of olive oil,' he answered. 'Take your bill,' said the manager. 'Sit down quickly and write 50. Then he asked another, 'And how much do you owe?' 100 measures of wheat,' he replied. 'Take your bill and write 80, he told him. The master commended the dishonest. Take a quick break. Oh, there's somebody driving in through here. Interesting. That's a surprise. Not probably a forest worker, or just whatever, but technically you're not supposed to drive here. But it could be a forest worker. It's like, what's that noise? Okay, I'll start over this section. Then he asked another, 'How much do you owe?' 100 measures of wheat. He replied, 'Take your bill and write 80, he told him. The master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly. For the sons of this age are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than are the sons of light. I tell you, use worldly wealth to make friends for yourself, so that when it is gone, they will welcome you into eternal dwellings. Whoever is faithful with very little will also be faithful with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So if you have not been faithful with worldly wealth, who will entrust you with true riches? And if you have not been faithful with the belongings of another, who will give you belongings of your own? No servant can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. The Pharisees, who were lovers of money, heard all of this and were scoffing at Jesus. So he said to them, "You are the ones who justify yourselves before men, but God knows your hearts. For what is prized among men is detestable before God. The law and the prophets were proclaimed until John. Since that time, the gospel of the kingdom of God is being preached, and everyone is forcing his way into it. But it is easier for heaven and earth to pass away than for a single stroke of a pen to drop out of the law. Anyone who divorces his wife and marries another woman commits adultery, and he who marries a divorced woman commits adultery." Now there was a rich man dressed in purple and fine linen, who lived each day in joyous splendor. And a beggar named Lazarus lay at his gate, covered with sores, and longing to be fed with the crumbs that fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs came and licked his sores. One day the beggar died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's side, and the rich man also died and was buried. In Hades, where he was in torment, he looked up and saw Abraham from afar, with Lazarus by his side. So he cried out, "Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am in agony in this fire." But Abraham answered, "Child, remember that during your lifetime you received your good things, while Lazarus received bad things. But now he is comforted here, while you are in agony. And besides all this, a great chasm has been fixed between us. And besides all this, a great chasm has been fixed between us and you, so that even those who wish cannot cross from here to you, nor can anyone cross from there to us." "Then I beg you, Father," he said, "send Lazarus to my father's house. For I have 5 brothers. Let him warn them, so that they will not also end up in this place of torment." But Abraham replied, "They have Moses and the prophets. Let your brothers listen to them." "No, Father Abraham," he said, but if someone is sent to them from the dead, they will repent." Then Abraham said to him, "If they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will not be persuaded, even if someone rises from the dead." I wonder if that little guy, did he get in the picture? That would be cool. There was a little chipmunk coming up for all I know, he might have come back and forth. This is probably his little house here. Didn't notice that. Not necessarily his house, but it's kind of an unusual little pile of needles and stuff. Anyway. All right, well, I could do a whole reading, a whole day's worth of reading here, but I think I'll just do that one makeup chapter and then I'll find another spot. There's something I'm going to climb up here that should be interesting. There's also the thing right over there, I suppose. Let me think about that. That looks kind of cool. I could do another speed test too. I'm going to check this speed with this phone. I tried with my streaming phone, and that's where I had the super fast download and terrible upload. It's so weird to me. Both of these phones are on the same network. Everything about them in that regard is the same. Same company, all the stuff, but the speed tests are vastly different. So either something about the phone cases or something about just the phone antennas themselves, I have no idea, but they're very different results. It's terrible, actually. Like instead of 95 or 97 download, it's 2. So whatever. Anyway, there's this interesting branch thing over here that I might. I don't know. It's kind of a rare opportunity at this moment because I got up early, and so we have some of the morning light effect going on, which casts longer shadows and cool, kind of like almost the opposite of the golden hour. So I might take advantage of that while I'm here and do a couple more readings. I like these logs, the light bouncing off of them, and then this branch over here is kind of cool looking. If I can get the right angle here. Probably do more standing streams today, or at least these ones will be. Standing recordings, since it's not really a live stream. Yeah, let's switch to this camera. Yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of cool looking. It's not like the most amazing thing. I want to get more variety in my backgrounds. So anytime I see something that's just a little bit unique, I want to do more of these kind of unusual ones. Oh, another bit of news. I set up podcasts on my WordHike channel. And I know what a podcast is, but I've never really known what a podcast is in the context of YouTube. Like I've never signed up for one or used it. I don't know if it like publishes to other companies like, or if it's just on YouTube, because a lot of times people subscribe to podcasts on other platforms and stuff, and I don't really know how that works, but anyway. So I set up every book of the Bible that I have any recordings for yet as a podcast, so you can subscribe to a particular book of the Bible, and each time I release a new chapter, range of verses, I'll add it to that playlist, and so you'll be subscribed in that sense. So could do another one that's everything, but that'd be a lot of chapters. Anyway, that's kind of cool. I didn't realize that was a thing. Cool thing about these is you can also listen to them too. Like if you're not into like watching them and just want to have an audio Bible or something, you could use it that way. Let's see, I need to figure out what the next reading is. Got Luke 16 done. Really like how this reading plan thing works. It's really cool. Very cool. Wow, I didn't even notice that. The clipboard feature of this is amazing. I'm not sure that's the app or if it's my phone doing that, but it's really cool. Okay, let's get this. Paste. I need to make an API, so I have to do this cut and paste. Make sure this is on the right side. Yep. Gotta get going soon before the light changes too much. Alright, so I'm gonna do another reading here. Oh, I want to make sure none of my stuff on this log shows up. I like to make it so it just looks like nature. None of my gear. Looks like you can just barely see my backpack in the corner there. Can't promise I'll never have any man-made objects in the scene. I mean, obviously I'm a man and I'm carrying clothes and gear on me, so that obviously doesn't count, but like I'm trying not to have like buildings and roads and power lines, and I want this to be more like about reading the Bible out in nature. So okay, I need to figure out where to stand here. Right past those bushes, looks like. Okay, so we're going to be reading Numbers 8 to 10 and Mark chapter 10, verses 32 to 52. This is cool. I can do individual readings in just random spots in the forest when I have this option of not necessarily live streaming. I'm sorry for people that actually really like my live streams. If that's the case, you got to express yourself, because literally since I started this project, I've not had one single person other than my best friend who says he appreciates what I'm doing, these readings and stuff. Haven't had anybody come by and leave a comment like, hey, I appreciate your readings or your live streams. This is what I like about them. Or, so any feedback, I'm always here to listen to what you have to say, see what you like. And like, for example, if a ton of people were like, no, don't do those offline recordings, I want to see them live, If a bunch of people said that, then I would probably prioritize only live streams. But since I get very little action on my live stream readings, I feel a little bit free to kind of mix it up and do some of these offline recordings and then upload them later. So anyway, just let me know if that's disappointing or something, if you're the kind that wants to be joining me live. The thing is, I don't know how you could join me live every time, because I don't announce it and I don't have any kind of schedule. So unless you have like some elaborate system to make sure you get notifications right that second and stop whatever you're doing, the chances of somebody being able to watch every live stream is pretty slim. So anyway, just throwing that out there. Okay. Numbers chapter 8. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and tell him, when you set up the 7 lamps, they are to light the area in front of the lampstand." And Aaron did so. He set up the lamps facing toward the front of the lampstand, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. This is how the lampstand was constructed. It was made of hammered gold from its base to its blossoms, fashioned according to the pattern the Lord had shown Moses. Again the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the Levites from among the Israelites and make them ceremonially clean." Oh, wow. There's somebody actually out here. Wow, that's so unlikely. I'll start this one over. What are the chances of that? I almost don't believe it. This is such a random spot. I've never seen anyone out here. I still don't see him, but I heard somebody. I think they're right over there somewhere. Oh, I see him. Okay, so interesting. I don't really see a lot of people exploring. It's cool to see somebody else at some point. It's very, very rare. Well, I guess I'll keep going. They probably heard me and now they're listening for me, just like I am. They're up on a rocky ridge. I'm planning to go up there next too. There might be an actual cell signal up there, which would allow me to do a true live stream. Anyway, I'll start this reading over. I can't believe there's somebody out here. Never seen. I think on this entire area I've seen somebody like once, and it definitely wasn't here. It was like over on a bigger mountain thing. All right, well, I guess I'll keep going. Already lost kind of the cool light that was coming through there, but oh well. Numbers chapter 8. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to Aaron and tell him, when you set up the 7 lamps, they are to light the area in front of the lampstand." And Aaron did so. He set up the lamps facing toward the front of the lampstand, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. This is how the lampstand was constructed. It was made of hammered gold from its base to its blossoms, fashioned according to the pattern the Lord had shown Moses. Again the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Take the Levites from among the Israelites and make them ceremonially clean. This is what you must do to cleanse them. Sprinkle them with the water of purification. Have them shave their whole bodies and wash their clothes, and so purify themselves. Then have them take a young bull with its grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil, and you are to take a second living bull for a sin offering. Bring the Levites before the tent of meeting and assemble the whole congregation of Israel. You are to present the Levites before the Lord and have the Israelites lay their hands upon them. Aaron is to present the Levites before the Lord as a wave offering from the sons of Israel, so that they may perform the service of the Lord. And the Levites are to lay their hands on the heads of the bulls and offer to the Lord one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering, to make atonement for the Levites. You are to have the Levites stand before Aaron and his sons, and then present them before the Lord as a wave offering. In this way you shall separate the Levites from the rest of the Israelites, and the Levites will belong to me. Okay. Guess they're shooting guns. Hope they're not shooting this way. That's weird. That's very unusual for people to do that on top of a mountain. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't like it. I think they're just shooting out into the forest, which is very foolish. I guess I'll end this video because this is pointless.